Okay. Yes. So, good evening. Yes. Work! Look out, y'all! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing! Or is it? Let's ask ourselves that question, cover the entire subject in 5 minutes. Why do we work? Well, logically, to make money, to get stuff that we need to survive, but there's also a philosophical argument, articulated here by Voltaire, but about the inherent good of doing work. Very prevalent in Britain, very prevalent in Protestantism and Victorian values. But if you take that argument to its logical end, where do you end up? If the act of working has an inherent value, what is it? Is it to be fun? To make work fun? To make us fit for society? To maintain the economic system? Or is it to give us purpose? And this cheery fellow is called Abraham Maslow, and he developed a theory about a hierarchy of needs. What we need to survive and feel content as human beings. So, you have basic physiological and safety needs, air, food, water, warmth, health, shelter, personal financial security, and the songs of Bryan Adams. Then you have our need for love, for intimacy, friendship. And then you have esteem, self-esteem and being valued by others. You have self-actualization, that's essentially reaching your potential, that you feel you're doing something worthwhile. And achieving both of those is tied very strongly to work. And this is what we're starting to understand. Those things are important, and Jessie J was right. It's not about the money. It's about the fact money has a very minimal impact on happiness once you reach a certain basic level of wealth. It's particularly true of incentives. Several studies have shown that a financial motivator can actually harm our performance, and this harmful effect is exacerbated the bigger the bonus is, which is why our economy is fucked. And so rather than external motivators, what makes us do well at our jobs, what makes us connect and feel that we're doing something worthwhile is the internal motivators, how it contributes to those needs of esteem and self-actualization. Now, 2 examples. Two groups were set a task to build Barnacles, the Lego robots. They were given $3 to build one. When they were finished, the researchers said, okay, you want to build another, but for 30 cents less? Okay. They start, but one group sees the robot put safely to one side. The other group has the robot destroyed in front of them. They build that. Next robot, nope, take it apart, 30 cents. Do you want to build another one? 30 cents less. They go on and on. And the group that saw their robots destroyed built an average of 7. The group that saw them maintained, 11. Even though there wasn't huge meaning at stake, they kept going. In the 50s, Betty Crocker and company invented cake mix. Mix, water, stir, oven, cake. Easy. Didn't sell. Tasted fine, but it didn't sell. Why? Well, it turned out that housewives, before the 60s happened, and they went, fuck that, didn't feel it was theirs. They owned it. So Betty Crocker took out the eggs and milk, which were already in the mix, made the cook add them, and they suddenly sales shot up, because they felt ownership. And what lots of other research shows us is that to do our best and to be engaged with the work, it has to have an output that we're connected to, that we care about, that challenges us, rather than feeling like some Sisyphean task. Now, the writer Dan Pink defines his requirements as autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy is that we control our own destiny. Mastery, we get good at something, and that skill is valued. And that purpose, we're part of something bigger than ourselves. And I want to talk about that tonight because the time is now to think about re-evaluating what work is. Because the need for us to work, the need continues to diminish. The part of the workforce that provides essential services is not going to grow, likely it will shrink. And driverless cars will replace taxis, voice recognition will replace call centres, automated robots will replace cleaners and eat our hair, as we found this week. And if you're in a high-level, white-collar sort of job, that's not as dramatic, but you think about the wider effect on society, already suffering from 50 years of deindustrialisation, you've got a huge problem ahead. So as last minute, I'd like to outline my plan for total reform of the global economic system. Or, given that tax income is falling and inequality continues to grow, say, well, why not try something different? 2 things that might help. Why not work less? In 1930, Keynes estimated we were working 15 hours a week by now. This NEF report makes a compelling argument for continuing that, and notes that many countries work less than 35 hours a week and have better, if not the same, GDP outcomes as those that work longer. And invest in education, including adult education, so everyone is given the skills they need to find the work that will be fulfilling for them. Because fulfillment is not a simple arts graduate, I've read Holden Caulfield, I want to be capturing the right problem. It's universal, and change needs to be systemic if it's going to be universal. So you can read more about this by reading these guys, who I've lovingly ripped off through this talk. And if you're going to work tomorrow, I hope you enjoy. Thank you.